As visual novels grow as a medium, we're getting more and more legacy franchises localised for the first time. Whether old or new, there's never been a better time to get into visual novels, and there's also never been a better time for Japanese and other Asian developers to localise their games into English. One of these franchises is Memories of, with the latest entry, Since Memories of the Starry Sky, marking the official English debut of this iconic series. Is this debut title a great game though? Let's get straight into it. And also, thank you to PQube for sending me a review code for this game to check out on the Steam Deck. So, let's backpedal a little bit. What is the Memories of series? This is a classic Bishoujo visual novel series originally developed by Kid and later Mages, who absorbed many of Kid's former staff and IPs when that company went bankrupt in the mid-2000s. The full legacy of Memories of deserves a whole video of its own, but to bring potential readers up to speed, here's a summary of the franchise for the purpose of this video. Memories of has 6 mainline games and other fan discs across many legacy platforms ranging from the Dreamcast to the PlayStation 2 and of course the PS Vita. We love the Vita here. This franchise is known for its core themes, including emotionally moving stories, slice of life, mystery and character-driven romance. This series is somewhat interconnected, there are some shared characters and plot threads throughout the series. Moreover, the Memories of series has an all-star development team, both past and present. There are many Mages veterans such as Chiyomaru Sakura, Takeshi Abe and Takuya Nishimura, who are best known for the Science Adventure series. However, they've also worked on other Mages titles such as Dominus 13, Disorder 6 and Genzo Manage. Other Memories of veterans known for titles outside of Mages include Kotaro Uchikoshi of Zero Escape and AI The Somnium Files fame. Another veteran, Hayashi Naotaka, also helped write the scenario for the first Hayarigami title, the first of many horror visual novels developed by Nippon Ichi Software. Unlike many legacy visual novel franchises, all Memories of titles are available on PlayStation 4, Switch and PC in Japanese and Chinese, so are readily available from a preservation perspective. However, Since Memories is the first title available in English, and that includes fan translations. Let's get something important out of the way. You don't need to play any other Memories of game to understand Since Memories. Not only is Since set 10 years after the other Memories of games, but it's also designed as a jumping on point for the series, with only mild references and callbacks that only veterans will notice. It's kind of like Trails Through Daybreak in that sense. In Since Memories, you adopt the role of Junya Mizumoto, a university student who works as a handyman at his family's business, Suigendo, in the town of Sumisora. Grief is a core facet of Junya's personality, because he's consumed by the death of his older brother Takuya. 1 year before the events of Since Memories, Takuya died in a car crash, the circumstances of which remain unclear. Following a job with Suigendo, Junya meets Azusa Satomi, who shouts at him and claims Junya should have died instead of his brother. Soon enough, Junya takes on a task with his childhood friend Chihaya Hojo to help her renovate her grandfather's old home into a cafe. As time goes on, Junya interacts and meets various other characters, both familiar and unfamiliar. These include fellow childhood friend and Chihaya's attendant Hinata Issei, exchange student Chunyu Huang, idol Yuriko Oyama, and his sister Misora Mizumoto. Since Memories scenario is a team effort between multiple writers, Akizuki Hiro, Deku Cool, Gunju Moe, Izumi Ryo, Tsuchiya Tsukasa, and Yakaku Shio, as well as earlier Memories of titles. The credits these writers have range from the Utawaremono series to Atelier. As for the presentation, let's get this out of the way. The art in this game is absolutely gorgeous. Artist U35 designed the characters and CGs, and has also worked on the likes of Eonatsu Line and Yukiro Sign. If either of those games ring the bell, it's probably because you're a massive VN fan. Although if you know Yukiro Sign, you probably know that it holds the unique status of being Shirafune's only Chinese-only localization on Steam, but is also available on the Nintendo Switch eShop in the West, despite not being in English. Yeah. Nonsensical decisions by other companies aside, Since Memories has lush, gorgeous CGs, with several per character, all scattered throughout the game. This artistic direction makes Since one of the most vibrant, colourful, immersive visual novels I've ever read. The music follows a similar direction. Composed mainly by Takeshi Abe, Since Memories has a vibrant range of music for many situations. I particularly love the heroine themes. All those themes greatly fit the characters they represent, while being diverse in their own right. Even Aino, another one of the side characters, has her own theme, which is one of my favourites. Moreover, each character's ending got its own vocal theme, which was lovely to listen to at the end of each route. As for voice acting, All love interests and side characters are fully voiced, which was lovely to listen to. Interestingly, most of Since Memory's voice actors are actually quite young. They're mostly in their 20s and work mostly outside of visual novels. What about Since's protagonist? Junya is only partially voiced, and both consistently and inconsistently at the same time. Here's what I mean. When you're playing as Junya throughout the story, he's unvoiced. However, during sections written from the heroine's perspective or flashbacks, Junya is fully voiced, making those scenes even more immersive. I feel Junya should either have been fully voiced or not at all, especially given that I prefer fully voiced protagonists to begin with, regardless of medium. Now it's time to touch on Since Memory's characters and roots. There's a lot to talk about here, so I think I should start with one of Since's greatest strengths that ties both the characters and roots together, the overall themes. I love how Since explores family and power dynamics within Japanese society, especially about politics, family hierarchies, and idol culture. I strongly recommend familiarising yourself with these elements of Japanese culture before playing. This is so you fully understand the nuances of what's going on and appreciate why the cast acts the way they do. Some of their behaviour won't make sense if you look at it from a purely Western perspective. These themes are particularly strong in Chihiya's route, which is partly why her route is one of my favourites in the game. I also love her as a person though. She's elegant, kind and passionate, and always determined to improve herself. Yuriko's route is primarily where the power dynamics relating to idol culture are explored. I also loved her route for this in a similar way that I loved Chihiya's. Although I found Yuriko's route to be more wholesome and less tense throughout, meaning I consistently enjoyed reading it more. Moving on to Chunyu's route. Firstly, her route is unique to me because I hadn't played a visual novel with a heroine from a Chinese background before. Usually it's either somebody from a European or American background that fills this role in a visual novel. Hence, romancing Chunyu felt very fresh. Her blunt, direct nature, alongside her infectious optimism and passion, makes her the best written character because of how easily misunderstood she can be. She's a very complex character which you only really come to understand once you play her route. Hinata's route is my least favourite, largely because of its drooling content and theme, which is unfortunate. I love Hinata's personality and her otaku geekiness. Moreover, some of the skits on her route were genuinely hilarious and I absolutely loved them. The final heroine is Azusa. Her route is the closest Since Memories has to a true ending. Because Azusa's route breaks off Chihiya's route, ideally you need to play both routes concurrently for story reasons. However, even if you don't do this, I highly recommend playing her route last. Much like Chunyu, Azusa is quite a complex character, who is easily misunderstood due to her initially cold, abrasive nature. Outside of individual character routes, Since Memories is among one of the very few Bishoujo visual novels I've played that focuses more on romance over sexual themes. There aren't unnecessary panty shots and forced fan service scenes, which are sadly quite common with the Bishoujo genre, and is why I struggle to get into a lot of Bishoujo games. I also greatly appreciated the university setting with adult age characters. Both of these factors mean when the romance scenes and sexual innuendo arise, these scenes feel so much more authentic and natural. Moreover, because Memories of is an all ages series, there's a lot more focus for the writers to focus on the romance over sexual content. The final thing I want to touch on here is the side characters. There is a wide range of them, such as Shin Inaho, who runs a local cafe in Sumisora alongside his daughter Rin. However, I'd say my favourite side character is Misora. I love her design, I love her personality, I also love the role she plays throughout the story in supporting Junya, greatly encouraging him, but also holding him to account. I'd go as far as to say she's among my favourite side characters in a Bishoujo VN I've ever played. If she wasn't Junya's sister, I'd want her to be a root. She's that good. There's one thing I've struggled to describe that was on my mind a lot throughout my playthrough. One reason Since Memories interested me from the start, aside from its legacy that I outlined at the start of this video, is I've been looking to play more Nakige and Utsuge ever since I completed Aquaplus's library early this year. Since Memories doesn't quite fall into that category. This game's story is not as emotionally devastating as readers might expect, which is reasonable to assume given Memories of is quite obscure outside of Asia. There's one truly awful bad ending that falls into the Utsuge category, but that's it. Unless you want all the achievements, you couldn't avoid it altogether. Rather, Since Memories uses conflicts throughout the story to grow and strengthen relationships, both platonic and romantic. It's somber, yet has an underlying sense of optimism throughout. So long as bonds stay strong, Junya and those around him can accomplish various challenges, and Junya and the heroines all face challenges and conflicts, but not only feel authentic, but are critical to their character development. This is what makes Since Memories such a rewarding VN experience. If you're looking for a darker and more emotionally devastating work, like White Album 2, Since Memories is not that. However, that's okay. If you're looking for a visual novel with this kind of tone and storytelling, Since Memories of the Starry Sky may be exactly what you're looking for. One thing I'd like to have seen Since Memories do differently is add solution-based choices to some of the mystery-focused segments, or even some gameplay segments that could otherwise help the player work out the solutions to the riddles themselves. Chaos Child, another Mage's visual novel I played early this year, has a good flowchart mechanic that guides the reader to the solutions. Given similar riddles exist across multiple of Since Memories routes, I do feel it was a missed opportunity. Before moving on, I want to go over a trigger warning list as I normally do. Some of these might be considered spoilers, so if you don't need trigger warnings, please skip this section. Car crash, including CGs of the aftermath as well as an explosion. The same sequence repeats multiple times throughout the story as part of trauma flashbacks. Stalking, murder that's off screen. Blackmail, confinement, domestic violence between a parent and their adult daughter. Attempted rape and filming of revenge porn. Before wrapping up, I'd like to touch on some of the technical stuff. I played Since Memories on the Steam Deck. Since Memories was developed from Mage's in-house engine, hence it runs perfectly fine on Steam Deck with full achievements, buttons and touchscreen controls, despite not being officially verified for Steam Deck by Valve. As for Since Memories localization, from what I can tell, it's quite good. There are some typos and formatting errors, but not enough to break immersion. I do hope PQube and Mages can patch up these errors in a future patch. There are some other things that they do need to fix though. First of all, if you put the Steam Deck into sleep mode, sometimes the music stops abruptly or distorts a bit when you restart the game. Hence, save often and close or restart the game after each play session to ensure you don't encounter this issue. Moreover, the opening and ending themes are not translated into English at all, only Japanese. Overall, I really enjoyed my time with Since Memories. It's a moving, mature romance story that provides readers with lots of food for thought. I'm definitely interested in checking out more titles in the Memories of franchise in the future. Even if you're not into Bishoujo games, I think you'll find a lot to enjoy, both relating to the romance and the overarching story. Since Memories is about 25 hours long, which is a good length for a visual novel. You can get this game on PlayStation 4, Nintendo Switch and Steam in English. The console versions are available physically in both North America and Europe. There's no limited edition or other bonus stuff like with past PQube releases, just a regular retail version. I particularly recommend Since Memories to console-only visual readers looking for new Bishoujo games. This is something that until recently felt like a pipe dream outside of PC, so from that angle alone, Since Memories is a huge deal. Of all the new visual novel localizations this year, I think Since Memories will become one of the more underappreciated and forgotten titles as time goes on. Not just because of the obscure franchise it hails from, but also because only when readers reflect on their memories of this game over time will they fully understand and appreciate what Since Memories set out to achieve. And that is how you tell a powerful, memorable story.